Trying to figure out how to share my screen. Well, it's not working. Give me a second here. All right. Well, it is working. Just gotta figure out. Sweet. Okay. Let's see how this looks. First ever live. Finally got it pulled up. All right. Awesome. All right, have my wife's phone to check, just to make sure it's working. Never done a live or anything, so didn't know really anything about streaming or how to set it up. But I think we got it. I think obviously I'll figure it out the more I stream, but okay. It's probably like a better. I don't know. I'll figure it out another time, but for now, this will work. So let's look at where we are on the daily chart. The weekly. We're getting really heavy here on the weekly charts. So we've been wicking each and every time. Got a nice drop. We've bought right back up on the weekly. So let's see what happens this time. I don't want to make any predictions because I don't know. You never know with the Friday too, what's going to happen. And I talked about this the other day, but I don't like having an anchoring bias when trading. I'm opposed to that. So with that being said, just react to what the market gives us. Okay. Let's go to the 4 hour. You can see here on the 4 hour that we're building nice structure. Looks like a bullish move here. And then we consolidate and just melt really out of nowhere, in my opinion. I think a lot of people were expecting higher prices yesterday, myself included. But we are forming on the higher time frame structure, a downtrend right here. So that's playing out. I would imagine us coming and sweeping at least to this day open and sweeping maybe 2,400 or 24,240 level. would be surprising, but after what we saw yesterday, I'm not counting anything out. Let's see if I can share this stream. Link. All right, so we're 15 minutes into the session right now. Let's see if I can do. Yesterday's high, daily low, which we already swept, but I'm going to put it in. $24,731. That'll be 50%. So it's going to be messy on the higher time frame, but I think it'll look all right when I go down to lower. We got 50% of this massive candle from, I believe, last Friday. Yeah, Friday. Okay, get the high, low. I'm going to take this off of the interval if I can. I wish I could just take one screen off the interval. That's frustrating, but anyways. So we swept yesterday's low and are bouncing right now. Really not seeing anything clear in the market right now. We had a nice sweep. We're getting a nice bounce out of it, but I'm really not sold on longs, especially with this movement. This is crazy movement. Wow. 7 minutes of movement, 580 to 850. Almost 300 points of movement. 270 points in 7 minutes. Wow. It's almost untradeable. But I guess if you size correctly, you can Can really trade just about anything if you size correctly. About this movement, this is oh man, crazy. So we do have a breaker here on the 1 minute, but it's not 9 o'clock yet. I have no interest in taking this long here, especially with the higher time frame bearish order flow as of yesterday into today. Until we get above really 24 913, it's hard for me to want a long. You ought to feel like each bounce is gonna be sold. That's what we're seeing here. Each bounce getting sold into. Again, right now I'm leaning towards, on the weekly chart, this low getting traded to today. That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to have, let's change this to weekly, an anchoring bias, but after what we saw yesterday, what we're seeing so far this morning, like I would have wanted to see a massive bounce today already for a reversal, but we're not getting that. So it's best to really just sit on your hands. So again, we have this 1 minute breaker. I'm in no way, shape, or form interested in trading. Got a little sweep here, nice reversal, but I'm still bearish at the moment. If you look over here on the 1 hour charts, both ES and NQ here, there's nothing bullish about this. Every time price has gotten bought up, we sold, bought up, sold. So we're just consolidating here. To me, there's no edge in current price, but I guess you could be scalping this, which I like to do. I like to scalp, but this range is 850 to 5, almost 5. That's almost 300 points of, it's like, how do you size accordingly to trade a 300 point range? I guess you could drop down and trade 1 micro and look for 50 points or 100 points, which is just crazy. And watch this breaker just play out perfectly. And so we wait. See, we got 2 people in here. If you're trading this, let me know how or what your thoughts are. I have I've talked to my buddy about, like, obviously I trade the breaker setup, but you know how everybody right now is trading the inverse fair value gap. We've talked about what the inverse breaker would look like trading it. But I don't really like the idea of it just because a breaker is fundamentally, once you trade above a breaker, you've changed the state of delivery. So to have it break back through is a sign of consolidation rather than expansion. So I think that's the biggest downside of even considering it. So we got 4 more minutes until the hourly candle closes here. I'm going to get rid of this. It'll be really interesting to see if this hourly can close bullish. I want to say I want to look for longs, but still every pop has gotten sold into. But I'd prefer price to be bullish and see a nice bounce here. So I'd want these hourly candles over here. Okay, you can't even see the NQ. My head's in the way. Let's see. Move it over. So this hourly, if it could close bullish somehow in the next 4 minutes, that would be awesome. But look. Look at this. 800 down to, that's a 100-point 1 minute candle. 100-point 1 minute candle. Absolutely absurd. Guess I can trade 3 micros in this. I don't know. Okay. All right, let's see what happens at 9. Let's see if we have any more news today too. Friday. So we got CPI this morning. Yeah, we got nothing left today. So yeah, if you're trading this, let me know what you're looking for in price, how you're trading 100-point 1 minute candles. Two minutes till this candle closes hourly. To me, this is nice bearish order flow. Like, I'm looking for nice buy side sweep here. Got 1 more minute till this candle closes. I'd consider a short, I think. Take this off. It's daily low. This is where I was going to consider a short. 733 off of this little order block / breaker, but this isn't a sweep, so true breaker's all the way down here on the 1 minute, but I was considering shorting here down to lows, but it's like if I enter at 730, my stop typically would be at here, which is 800. It's a 70-point stop. It's $140 per micro. That definitely is not normal. So I'm going to hold off, especially looking at the 1 hour chart over here. We're just consolidating. We're just chopping. Every time we've gotten bought, we've sold off, bought up, sold off, bought up, sold. Currently getting bought back up. Let's see if we just sell off, which I think we do. Like I said before, I would like to see us bounce and start creating some bullish order flow here, but you don't want to be the first buyer. You don't want to be trying to gauge in longs when there's no confirmation yet, especially on the higher time frame. Let's see what we're looking at. It's a 15-second chart. I kind of want to short this, but I want to short this here, but no reason to force. Can wait. Can wait and be patient. Go back to the 1 minute chart. I've been trading long enough to know like this is lower probability. This is a lower probability looking chart. You can see just chopping. We're not going anywhere. Seek and destroy price action, which means every time we get a certain move, a displacement, it gets completely reversed. So sell off, went into a buy up, sell off, into a chop, buy up, sell off, buy up, and we're selling off again. I almost put a limit order at this bearish fair value gap too, which would have been clean. At least for the time being, it would have been clean. 50-point drop. Crazy. I wonder how like somebody like Trades by Matt is trading this, because I used to watch him a lot. And he always trades a mini. Like he never even considers going down to a micro. So I can imagine trading this with a mini. It's a 100-point 1 minute candle. Like if you're trading minis right now, you've got to be on another level. Your entries have to be perfect. I do like the short here. I think I think we'll get a nice drop here. I kind of looked for an entry, not really. Probably should have. Could have, should have, would have entered here. This is technically the breaker on the 15-second. But I don't know if we'll get an entry. All right, let's see if we can get an entry here. I'm gonna 1 micro. We got another one up here. If we reach it, and then I'll sell if we pop higher here. So this is what I'm looking at. Looking to get a drop down to 580s. So I'm risking 30 to about 36 points to make a lot more. Okay, stopped out there. It's a small loss. How much was I risking there? 730 down to about 580. It's almost 200 points. Wow. Okay, little paper cut loss there. We're still holding this. Little bearish breaker here on the 15-second. I still think we drop lower here. And then that would be a top tick exit if it does hold. This is looking bearish to me on the higher time frame. This is in a 1 hour. Check the 15 minute. See the wicks popping higher. 15-minute here. I'll probably try a short one more time. Look for a better entry. Again, now that I'm dropping into the 1 minute, it's like, look how ugly this is. Just chopping. So bearish fair value gap here that we ran up into. Let's see what happens. It's one of those days you could lose your account really, really easily if you do something dumb, which I guarantee a lot of people are doing a lot of dumb things. So just gotta be patient, wait for a setup that you like, setup that makes sense in the higher time frame. And if not, you just sit on your hands. I mean, look at this 15-minute chart. It's just atrocious. And this candle here, running the highs and then dropping into a bearish close, like that looks super heavy. And we just get bought up right out of it. So if that's a sign to anybody to stay out of the market right now, it's probably a good sign. Yeah. Go back to the 1 hour chart, see what we're dealing with. Let's see if ES can run up this high here on the 1 hour chart. Internal buy side there on the 1 hour. Let's see. Let me set up my bracket orders. I don't know why they're not set up. 1 second. I kind of want to enter here, but okay, let's see. Let's see. So I'm gonna enter 1 micro there, inversing this fair value gap here on the 1 minute. I'm watching ES take out this buy side here at 6869. I'm fine with risking 180 bucks here. If you look and see, our breaker did hold, which I had drawn out earlier. Bullish breaker held. Really nicely. But again, I didn't want to be a first buyer down here, especially with the way this 100-point bearish candle on the 1 minute. So let's see if ES can run up 6869 there. If not, this will probably be my last trade of the day. See if we can hold this inverse or value gap. See what ES looks like on the 1 minute as well. I think a pullback here is healthy. Wouldn't want ES to get below here. That's what I'd be looking for on the 1 minute. So if we get up to 6869 on ES, I'd go break even here. So we'll see. When I saw this, I really wanted to enter here. That's when I was setting up my copy trader. Or sorry, the bracket orders. This would have been a good entry, realistically. 770. But a little bit of a chase, which is justifiable with 1 micro. So see if we can get this pop higher. So again, as we come down right here, I want to see ES hold this fair value gap. I want to see it hold and not close below. It's still, I'm good if it has a little healthy pullback like this. I'm actually interested in adding one down here. I'm going to add one. If we get another drop lower, I'll stop out for 230 and then be out there. I like this structure here on the ES. Just needed to hold here. If it doesn't hold here, I'm going to hop out of the position. Let's see. See if I can get a push. All right, looks like it's going to stop me out here because if it wanted to go higher, this would have been the pullback, in my opinion, to do it. Hello. Okay, nice lag there. Stopped out on that one as well. Really just choppy price action. As I've said, each buy-up's getting sold. Look over here on the 1 hour. Each time we get a buy-up, as you can see, we're wicking and selling. ES couldn't even reach this high here. Neither could NQ. Let's see if this bearish breaker holds on. It's like the last line of defense here is this breaker. I really don't see any other reason in trading this going forward. Like with how choppy it is right now, it's like there's not really any edge currently where we're trading in price, as seen over here in the 1 hour chart. Really just consolidating. I was hoping for a little breakout there. It looked like we were going to get it, but then we just failed here. So best bet right now is to be shorting this range high, buying the range lows, and just playing it as a range until it does get a breakout. So let's look at the 15-minute chart. My goodness, look at all these wicks. Yeah, this is crazy. Probably just step away now. On days like this in the past, I would continue to force trades. Like if you take 2 losers on a morning session and you continue to press, could you make the money back? Yes, but over a long period of time, you're going to be losing money. The more you expose yourself to the markets on days like this and these current trading conditions, it's not going to pan out long term. Yeah, like I could force when I'm down 370. I could force some trades and make it back, size up, kind of scalp, make it back. I've done it before, but that works until it doesn't. And when it doesn't work, you blow up your account. So it's like the trade-off is, oh, I get back to break even or a baby green day. And that's the best case scenario. Or I press and I lose my accounts on a Friday going into the weekend and ruin my weekend, ruin the progress that I've made. There's no reason to press if you take a step back and think about long-term success. And that's something that most people don't understand. That's something I didn't understand for the longest time. I just thought in such a short-term frame of mind that it just damages you over. Like, I'm trying to think yearly. I'm trying to think like by the end of this year where I can be, and pressing to try and make back a few losses now just doesn't make any sense as far as like a yearly time frame. Yearly time frame, a small red day isn't going to matter. But blowing your accounts, how long does that set you back? You got to go back to the combines, got to pass your accounts, have to build up a buffer, have to trade responsibly for multiple weeks just to get to a point of a payout. Or you could just take the paper cut loss and move on. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. If you guys are trading this, let me know how you're trading it. I know there's only a couple people in here, but a couple is more than zero. This range is just insane. $580 up to $850, almost 300 points, and we're chopping. So I'm going to call it there. Come back on Monday looking for cleaner price action, less resistance. This is just absurd. PA. And my experience tells me to step away. So call it here and be back on Monday.